So Joe has been trying to track me down. We've been texting back and forth for several days now, and he really wanted to have a conversation because he feels, well, he's upset. Am I correct about that?
Oh yeah, I mean a little bit. Yeah, more so what they did to my son and my sister when I was like 8 years old.
So let's start at the beginning. Let's go to the beginning, Joe, so that people can really understand. So first of all, when you were coming out here to see me, what happened just now on your way out here?
I got pulled over by a state trooper.
For what?
He said tent, but
Tinted windows at night?
yeah,
He pulled you over for tinted windows in the night?
yeah, that's what he said, but he did. I mean,
So they just pull you over for anything here in Ohio. Doesn't matter what it is, you get pulled over, right?
yeah, it seems to happen to certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And so, when you first started here, you started to talk about a couple things, and there's two things that he wants to talk about. He wants to talk about number one, his sister being murdered by the police, and the
No,
second,
no, no. She was murdered by her mother,
she was murdered by her mother.
but it was covered up by people on the IPD.
Who covered it up?
Detective Jimmy Sargent was the lead investigator. He was the investigator, and that's who helped cover it up. He interviewed teenagers in front of the murderer, Rhonda Adkins, and of course, people aren't going to say anything in front of the murderer.
Right.
If you get interviewed, that's how they do it. They're pretty smooth about the way they cover up things.
So they covered up the murder of your sister.
Yeah, the whole town knows. It's not a big secret.
Well, the whole town knows? Is that true?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. It's everybody knows because yeah, her mother. Well, there's an insurance policy taken out on my sister about a few weeks before it happened, but not her other two brothers.
Well, there's no statute of limitation on murder, my friend. There's no statute
Yeah.
of limitation. You can be murdered and dead for 50 years. Lots of black people who were murdered during the civil rights later, after the family members were almost all dead, they'd get justice at some level, but not much. It's almost like Cora Matsu, 1944. But anyway, the point is so they cover up your sister's murder, and Detective Jimmy
Sargent.
Sargent covers up your sister's murder.
Yes, he was the one interviewing everyone.
So IPD has been crooked for decades. Because this is 1990, you said, right?
Yep.
So in 1990, Detective Jimmy Sargent covered up the death of this man's sister. And you're still upset about it. I can see you're upset.
Yeah, yeah. He used to party with Rhonda, and she had a compromising picture of him. You could say that I saw when I was younger.
Rhonda's who?
My sister's mother. We have different. We have the same dad, but different mothers.
But you said something. 1990. I graduated high school in 92. So why do you say that everybody in town knows about your sister's murder? Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, there's just a lot of reasons why, but there was just too many people there. It was a high school party, like teenagers. It was December 20th, 1990. Rhonda, she's pretty. If anybody knows her, she's pretty twisted and has done a lot of twisted things. But it's no secret. I mean, she took out an insurance policy on my sister weeks before she did it, and I mean, I can lay out the whole case.
So wait a minute. Your stepmother is named Rhonda.
No, she's not my stepmother. It's just we had the same dad. Me and my sister did.
You and your dad had the same dad.
Me and my sister had the same dad. Yeah.
Well, how's Rhonda Adkins related?
My dad was married to her for like a year or so, and then had my sister, and then they had a daughter together.
So you have a half sister from Rhonda Adkins.
No, I mean she's nothing to me. She was just.
I'm talking about your biological dad had another daughter.
Yeah, right. With
So
Rhonda,
then she's legitimately a half sister, but you don't want anything.
Right, and I don't. Yeah, I don't consider that. Yeah.
You don't consider that.
Yeah, she's my. Yeah.
Okay, and so how do you know the whole town knows about Rhonda having something to do with your sister's death?
There was just because there was just too many people involved, and people talk, and it wasn't hard. It's just not hard to figure out. People saw what happened.
How long before your sister died did Rhonda take out a life insurance policy on Rhonda?
It was weeks, but just a few weeks, a couple weeks before. I'm not for sure. It was anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks. I'm not exactly for sure on the date.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
1 month? 1 month before she dies?
It was weeks before it happened. It was just because I remember my sister talking to my mom, and I overheard her speaking about it, and you know, and it's just she took out an insurance policy on my sister, but not her other two siblings.
How does your sister ultimately? How does she die?
She died like so many hours later, but even the doctors know that the blood was dry, so they didn't call an ambulance right away. You know, there was a cleanup effort. The scenes were cleaned. You know, I've got people that come to my family that off the record and said how it was a sloppy investigation, and pretty much it was just a cover up because Rhonda, you know, had an image of Jimmy in a compromising situation.
Oh, what image is that? I mean,
they partied together.
So Jimmy's doing drugs?
Yeah, they partied together, and he was passed out, and they had a picture of him with his cuffs and you know, like cuffs and his badge, and you know.
Is it a sex picture?
Yeah, I mean,
a drug and sex picture?
Sure, yeah.
Do you have a copy of that picture?
No, I've seen it, but I don't have a copy.
You've seen the picture?
Yeah.
And so because Rhonda, you're saying that because Rhonda has a compromising picture of Detective Jimmy Sargent, that Jimmy Sargent then muffs the investigation of your sister's death?
That's exactly what I'm saying, yep.
Well, there are cold case detectives. He's saying that...
There's an eyewitness. I mean, the prosecutor's office knows I've told them. But you just can't really trust them because they're criminals.
I know that.
They are. I mean, they do worse shit than anybody. I mean, I'm not a saint, but...
I agree. I agree with you. You're not going to hear me argue with you there, brother. When there's no transparency, you get corruption. Corruption grows in the darkness of the mold. It grows with the bacteria. So now, Rhonda takes out a life insurance policy, and what is the cause of death of your sister's autopsy? How does it say she died?
Well, they labeled it as a suicide.
A suicide?
Yep.
With drugs?
With a shotgun.
With a shotgun?
Yep, 20 gauge.
A 20 gauge shotgun?
Yep.
Wow. So they say that she shot herself. I'm sorry to ask these hard questions.
No, that's okay.
I'm not. Forgive me, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I know this hurts you.
Oh no, I'm talking about it.
So, she shoots herself in the shotgun in the head.
No, Rhonda did it, and she did it when they were in that next room, and then tried to just, you know, then she started screaming hysterical, acting like my sister shot herself. But there's too much evidence that proves otherwise, because you would have called an ambulance right away instead of leaving somebody sit there for that long and clean up the scene. I mean, it was just people. There was too many. There's an eyewitness that saw exactly what I'm telling you.
Where was your sister shot, though?
In the chest.
In the chest with a shotgun. How'd she do that?
I mean,
is that where the bullet hole is? Is in the chest?
Yeah, 20 gauge shotgun.
That's that's.
I mean, she lived it for some. She fought for hours, and then, she told my dad that, said it was like her mom didn't mean to do it, just trying to, negate the situation, I guess. But my sister was gathering evidence to take her brothers away from Rhonda because she wanted them in a better environment. When Rhonda found out that my sister was gathering evidence against her to take her brothers and stuff away from her, she became enraged because she's a sick person, and that's why she took out the insurance policy. Phone records will show where she made several calls before calling an ambulance.
Who'd she call?
She called people in her family and people to help clean it up because there's pictures of the crime scene.
Quiet in there.
There's pictures of the crime scene, like there's a shotgun in one corner, then there's not. It's not in the next picture, and somebody off the record, spoke with my family about it, and you can never get any straight answers out of it, and it's not a real hard case.
She called people. I want to step back because I'm big on chronology. So before she calls an ambulance for the young girl who's been shot in the chest, she calls other people.
Yep.
And there's phone records that show this. And there's no I mean, who does that?
Somebody who's guilty. But there's also an eyewitness. I don't just throw.
Who's the eyewitness?
I can't say. I just can't say because I don't trust.
The police.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah.
You think the police will take out the eyewitness?
Yeah, that's who does a lot of the crime. Bad shit.
Yeah. Just so you know, everybody here is afraid of the police. He's not the only one. He's not afraid for himself. He's afraid for the eyewitness. He doesn't want to reveal the eyewitness because he doesn't want to get the eyewitness killed.
No, I'm not scared of him. I've always got a gun, but
I'm not scared of the police either. But I don't want to have a shootout with the police, dude.
I don't want.
I don't want to. I shouldn't have to fight the police. You shouldn't have to fight the police. The police are supposed to help us. That's
Yeah.
the job, is to protect rights, not to be law enforcers. So now, so now Rhonda, the ambulance comes, and she's fighting for her life. She's got a bullet in her chest from a 20 gauge, and they take her to the hospital, and she's still fighting. And,
Yeah.
and then she dies that night?
It happened in the morning, a.m., and she died a few hours later. December 20th, 1990, and I mean it's just not even it's not even a secret, and everybody and people remember Jimmy Sargent. He was sort of a scumbag, not even
Sort of a scumbag?
well, sort of a big scumbag.
Sounds like a full-on scumbag to me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't have a problem with the guy partying and having sex and all those things. I have a problem with his ego being so big that he can't get caught partying and having sex.
They do some. I mean, the stuff they've done to kids and just like covering up like my sister was 16 years old, and then what they did to my son. That was just too much. And
Okay, let's finish your sister's story. What's your sister's name, just so we can say her name?
Tanya Michelle Adkins.
Tanya Michelle Adkins.
Yeah.
So she gets shot in the chest by herself, they say. And then
But
instead of calling the ambulance right away, Rhonda calls a couple other people first. Do you know who she calls?
I got an idea. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah.
Well, do you know, though? Do you have the phone records?
I just can't say names on the record. I just don't want to.
Well,
I
right.
just can't say.
I understand. He's afraid of the...
But Jimmy Sargent also, he got demoted, and then he didn't work for Ironton after that. He went back up to Grove City, where his hometown. That's where he's from, and
Okay.
And he was a detective during that time, but he got demoted.
He got demoted.
As far as I know.
Which, by the way, in the world of being a pig, you never get demoted. You never get demoted. Especially if you kill people, or you indungeon people, or you ruin people's lives. That's a sure way to get a promotion, for sure. We know that to be sure. So it was December
20th.
December 20th, 1990. Say your sister's name again.
Tanya Michelle Adkins.
Tanya Michelle Adkins.
Yeah.
So internet sleuths. December 20th, 1990. Tanya Michelle Adkins was killed. She died. His sister died that morning. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
I understand. No,
I can see your... I'm sorry, dude.
No, yeah.
I can see the pain. I'm sorry. So now, you believe it was Rhonda, and you don't think there was any legitimate investigation because, well, we all know Ironton Police Department's corrupt and it's been corrupt for decades. You're saying it's been corrupt for 3 decades. And just so you know, I have a witness from this morning who said that Joe was complicit in drug dealing. I'll release the audio. I'll release all audio because I want to back up everything I'm saying. So now...
Talking about Joe, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Joe, some guy named Joe. He was the captain last of the police. I can't remember all their names.
Okay.
I can't remember all the corrupt cops in this town.
Gross.
I can't keep up with all the corruption. So now what happens next? She goes to the hospital. Now, how old are you at this time? You're just a kid, right?
Yeah, I was 8 years old.
You're 8.
Yeah.
So you just know your sister's shot and she's dead.
Yeah.
And so are you trying to figure it out at 8? Are you trying to figure out what the heck happened?
Yeah. I mean, but I kind of knew right away because I knew how her mom was pretty pretty twisted. She's just one of those type of people you can just feel, especially when you're a kid. But yeah, she's pretty evil. Mm-hmm. And it's just no secret.
So you want a cold case investigation done by a third party? Is that what you're saying?
I would love that. Yeah, because there's an eyewitness.
I'm really sorry to tell you this. There's no third party with police. They're police. They police themselves. They investigate themselves.
Yep.
So there's no third party. There's no other party to call.
There's no internal affairs down here or anything.
There's no internal affairs anywhere. It's all a joke, dude. It's all a scam.
Yep.
So now, when do you realize that you believe your sister's been murdered?
I knew right away just because I knew how her mom was. She would just always do things just to, just to hurt her own daughter, and she's just evil. Anyone knows her knows that. She's just an evil person. I mean, but there's eyewitnesses, and because I don't just say shit and just make it up. I mean, there's a lot. Everyone knows. I mean, it's no secret. Because everybody used to come up to me when I was a kid and say, we know she didn't. That's not what happened, and it's not a secret. I mean, You know, it's
Do a
everyone.
lot of people think that Rhonda killed her?
Oh yeah, people know. There was eyewitnesses. They were just interviewed in front of the murderer. When you're a teenager and you're interviewed in front of the person that just murdered somebody, you're probably just going to mind your business and keep
I've
your mouth
been the
shut.
same motherfucker I am today since I was a teenager. I've never held back ever. So I understand though that most kids
Yeah,
hold back, but I was abused and I held back physically from beating up my abuser for a long time, and then later I did that. But so so now when do you're 8, when do you come to the realization that your older sister, did you see it? Did you see it
no,
happen?
I didn't see it happen, but I knew.
Were
I
you in the
knew.
room? Were you around?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't there when it happened, but because I mean, I knew my sister. You know, she wouldn't have done that. She went there to get her brothers away from her mom because Rhonda she's just sick. She's just an evil person. I mean,
Your sister came there to get you out of there?
no, she's got two other brothers with
Okay.
and she was just trying to get them away from her mom,
Okay.
and that's why Rhonda did it because she was building. Rhonda found out about my sister. Just because she would leave drug paraphernalia like needles, just all that shit laying around, and my sister just didn't want her brothers being around that shit,
Okay. Okay.
and that's why Rhonda got mad when she found out, and then took out the insurance policy and even collected on it, and then.
She collected on your sister's insurance
Yeah,
policy.
she put one out on my sister, but not her other two kids.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Dude,
that's what.
is there any federal investigators? Like, what the hell? There's so many red flags here. And so how old are you though when you come to the understanding that you know that your sister was killed? And how old are you? Because I mean, when you become rightfully indignant, when you're pissed.
I knew right away. I mean, because Rhonda used to call my house and cry and act crazy and say my parents killed my sister. Like she's a really twisted person. So I just knew right away because she's just done too much.
Is Rhonda still around here?
Yeah, as far as I know, yep.
I hate to get into the mudslinging stuff, but it sounds like you have some pretty solid stuff here that would at least warrant some sort of cold case investigation. I think
Yeah.
that there's different detectives around the country that do these cold case investigations that go in and reinvestigate old crimes. I remember watching a TV show about it, so maybe we could find an old cold case investigator who's still around that's still doing that.
Yeah.
And so, are you mad the rest of your life from 8 years old on? Are you mad the whole time? Do you know that this has gone bad? And are you? I'm trying to figure it out.
It just made me, I just grew up instantly. Like it just made me see the world for what it was, not what, what you think it is. Like cops do a lot. There's good cops, but there's a lot of bad cops who do
There's no good cops.
some bad. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I feel that way too. But there's,
You're
a
gonna put
couple
torture
maybe.
cuffs on someone. You're not a good person.
Yeah,
I would never put you in cuffs, dude.
Yeah, the whole system's kind of messed
Wouldn't do it. Couldn't get me to do it.
up. Nah.
I put torture cuffs on my cousin. I apologized to her for so many days. I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you. She's hurt. It hurt her for days. So now you're going to have to dig into that. You're going to have to find an investigator to help you. And if anybody knows anybody else. And so now we move forward in Joe's life. And so what happens when you have your own child?
I moved to Kentucky before my son was ever born, and that's why, because I didn't want him to be around this area really. And long story short, the prosecutor's office and the judge and CPS, they were all involved in federal kidnapping because I mean they filed a false complaint against my son's mom who never had him.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got legal custody papers even from that same court and in both states and things.
Is this the tri-state area we're still talking about?
Yeah, tri-state. And
I've been getting lots of, I'm not sure if you've been watching my broadcast. Lots of people are telling me CPS is stealing people's kids.
Yeah, man. People aren't getting charged with crimes, and they're just taking people's kids. And
Yeah.
in the contract court, the way the juvenile family court system is, and I've got all the proof in the world.
So, but let's go to the beginning of this. I'm big on chronology. So tell me, what happens to start off this CPS nightmare with your daughter?
No, my son Ryder.
With your
Ryder
son?
Cash.
Oh yeah, I saw the video. That was your video I saw earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens? Why does CPS enter into your life?
They did it to protect Judge Patricia Sanders because she got caught. Her and the prosecutor's office got caught trying to use my son to investigate me. Is pretty much exactly what they got caught doing. because I had a court date in Lawrence County. I showed up and it was just a circus. But long story short, Judge Sanders tried to issue an emergency removal for no reason.
Wait, hold on.
But we don't live over here, so it's just
Hold on, but hold on. You have court for what?
At the time, it was just I just had a court date for the juvenile court.
But why is the juvenile court? Just tell the truth. Just the truth will set you free.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not a judge or a cop, so you can tell me the truth.
It was for my son. It was just the juvenile court. That's all it was.
Oh, so he got in trouble.
No, my kid's mom was wanting custody changed.
Oh, so you're going to court based on family court.
Yeah,
you're having a dispute with your baby mama or your ex-wife.
Yeah, you can say that.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to family court to decide custody of your boy Ryder. Is that right?
Sort of, but no. I have custody. She just took me to court. When I get there, it was a circus, and they tried to remove custody from me. But I don't live over in Ohio, so they couldn't. And so Sanders would have had to contact Kentucky.
Right.
But what are you going to do and say when there's no emergency?
Uh-huh.
So the very next day in the same court, Sanders has CPS file a false complaint against my kid's mom that does live in Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And they act like they take my son from my kid's mom when she never had him. And they know this. I got custody papers from the same judge.
Okay, so you're painting a picture for me.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you have custody in Kentucky and you're going through a custody battle with your baby mama and she lives in Ohio, and so then Judge Sanders files a complaint against the baby mama in Ohio to get custody of the baby. Of the boy Ryder.
Sort of in a way,
Is this correct?
To cover up them taking my son from me illegally, because he never lived in Ohio.
I get that.
Yeah.
You know, just so you guys know, I have audio of another guy who's a man who had a daughter. I think he had a couple of daughters. I'll release the audio. And he had the same situation where CPS tried to take his daughter and give it to the mother who never wanted the daughter. And then they tried to strip the girls from the dad. I had that interview today. This is a mirroring story. The story you're telling is the same story I heard earlier. It's almost identical.
Yeah. This is how bad it is. The only reason that we were in court in Ohio is because my mom didn't get an emergency custody order. So I got custody from the same judge who did this.
Uh-huh.
But I live in Kentucky. So once I have custody, it had to go to Kentucky because my son was born there. But they were just trying to use my son to investigate me, and they got caught. That's pretty much in a nutshell what happened. I mean, the prosecutor's office was involved. I mean, because people should go to jail for it. They put an innocent 5-month-old baby in foster care based on a known lie that couldn't happen. I was in court the day before. I've got legal custody papers even through Judge Sanders who did this. They put a different judge's name on the paper, on the complaint, but he wasn't judged that day, Judge David Payne. They're using the whole court system to commit crimes, and I don't care if they try to come after me, but they do shit to kids, and people just act like it's no big deal. I mean, people need to wake up. I don't know.
No, you're right. Listen, this gentleman is telling me a similar story. I'm going to put your story next to the other story. I'm going to release the other story, and I'm going to put your name in it, because this is the same story the guy told me earlier. He's not from Ironton, the other gentleman. I have his audio. He does want to remain anonymous, so I got to make sure he's anonymous. But he told me the same story, that he had a baby mama who wasn't in the girl's life for 10 years, and then he had some dust up with the cop over a driver's license or something. And then a lot of people here are going to jail for not paying insurance or not paying a fee, and they're going to jail. And so when you go to court, they say, what do they say exactly? Do they strip your kid from you?
They tried, but like, where I live in Kentucky, they couldn't do it. So they told me to go get my son and let CPS check him out, which I did, and it's on camera.
What? Why does CPS have to check your kid out?
That's just part of the game they play. It's
No,
just,
does he have any black eyes?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Any bloody noses?
No,
Is he have a broken arm that just pops up?
No, he never had
nothing,
anything.
huh?
Yeah, I've got doctor.
That's so funny.
Statements.
That's so funny. You know when
CPS is on camera the day before, checking my son out, saying he's healthy. And then the next day they file a false complaint. Like, it's not a mystery. I've got it on camera. Like, everything I say I've got on camera or video. And they can't deny it. They don't care about kids. They put, my son through hell. And it wasn't about protecting the kid. It was just about coming after me. But I've got proof of it. They.
Do you lose Ryder ever? Do you still have him?
No, I mean, they gave him to his mother. And they gave me no visitation or anything like that.
Why?
because I don't back down from them. I don't take their shit. I don't care like if they're cops or who they are. They're dirty. I've done bad shit in my life, but I've never hurt children, and I never
Bad
would.
shit, is that like drugs?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, everybody's done bad things.
But is it? Tell me how bad it is. Is it drugs, violence? Tell me what it is.
I don't know. Just I'm sure. I mean, we all got shit we've done.
All right.
But I'm saying like, but they do just way worse. I mean, they cover up murders. They put kids in foster care and things like that. So.
But you never
need to
endangered your
clean
child.
up.
What I'm trying to get to.
No, never.
Your child never had any broken arms or
No,
broken legs. He never had a cracked skull.
No.
Never needed staples in his head.
No.
Never went to school with a black eye, and they said, "How'd you get the black eye?"
He
And
was only 5 months old.
5-month-old baby.
Yeah. I had him for about a few
And because
months.
you have any kind of criminal record, then you can't have the baby.
Yeah, I don't have a criminal record. I don't back down from
I
it.
thought you said you did bad stuff.
I just mean like we've all done things in our life.
No, but you're not a felon.
Right, but I mean they do.
No.
They do bad shit.
No. Wait, let me help you. I'm trying to help you. You don't have a felony on your record?
No.
You have no felony.
No. I don't have anything.
So then what bad shit did you do?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they do bad shit.
I cheated on my girlfriend before. Like what'd you do bad, dude?
No, I mean, just, I don't know, DUIs or some shit. I don't know. Just
DUI?
stuff like that, yeah.
So that's why they take your baby?
No, that's not why. They just did that to investigate.
Because you don't back down from cops and they don't like you, so the cops get the... Was somebody else calling about their life and what
They
happened
just came to
them.
my house about 2 months ago asking me if I stole somebody's dog.
You stole somebody's dog?
No, I didn't.
No.
No,
I'm
but
not saying you did.
I know, but
they came to your house, though, and said, "Did you steal somebody's dog?"
Yeah.
You're
I swear-
kidding me.
No, it's on camera. I swear, yeah, it's on camera.
Was there a dog in your house?
No. No. And just about a few months ago, this one guy busted out my windshield and somebody else's. And long story short, like I seen him a week later, he tried to attack me and shit, and he got beat up, and they put me in jail. And the guy
Yeah, you
was on
can't
private
touch
property.
anybody on the streets. You
No,
can't.
I was on private property. He came.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of physical altercation, trust me, dude.
Well, if
I
you're on
love
your own
fighting.
property,
And
yeah.
it doesn't matter. I love fighting. It's my favorite thing to do is fight. And I'm too old now, so I get beat up a lot. My fists hurt, my body hurts. But I still love fighting. You can't fight anybody in public. You have to fight them in a sanctioned arena with waivers. When you both sign a waiver, then you both agree to enter into the cage.
Yeah, but you know how people are.
Yeah, but I'm still lost though. So 5 months into your baby's life, they decide that and who has a grudge against you? Which cop doesn't like you?
I would say a few of them. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd say most of them.
Which cop do you have the most dust up with?
I mean, I don't like.
I don't like any of them.
McKnight's he's a dick.
McKnight is a dick,
Yeah,
is what you said?
I mean, I just don't like any of them really hardly. I mean, they're all right. I mean, I don't really. They just don't do.
Here, trade me sides real
They
quick.
just-
Sit on that chair. My arm's just dying, and I can't reveal where I'm at here, so I want to just keep it tight. Sorry, guys,
Yeah,
I had to switch sides. My arm's killing me.
They just want to clean everybody's closets, and that's fine. But like, they need to clean their own closet, and they just do worse shit than anybody they arrest.
What does McKnight do to you?
I mean, I just don't care for him. He thinks he's a tough guy, but he's not.
Oh, he's a total wussy.
And that's
The
a
guy's
lot
a
of 'em.
total wussy. I looked him dead in his eyes. He's a wuss. Yeah. I've never seen a bigger beta male than McKnight.
Yeah.
He's such a beta male. It's incredible. Disrespect that man. He doesn't deserve any respect. Yeah. So does he harass you? Does he pull you over?
No, I mean, he pulled me over to see if I might be breaking the law.
What?
Yeah.
When did he pull you over to see if you might be breaking the law?
That's back in December.
They just pulled you over randomly for no reason? It's a pretextual stop, like a Wren stop of 1996?
Yeah, of course, yeah, because he said, he asked me about a license, and I did, of course. But yeah, that's what they do. I mean,
He pulled you over, though, in December. Were you speeding?
No.
Did you run a stop sign?
No, he just...
Is your car the wrong color?
No, I just don't take their shit. I want them to do their job, and they won't do their job and arrest people who...
The CPS people who stole your kid.
Yeah, I mean, because that's...
And so you called out McKnight and said, arrest the CPS people.
Yeah, but they won't. Akers and them won't do it, and they're just...
Oh, no, Akers is too busy banging chicks at the police station.
Yeah.
That's what he does. Several people have told me this. Not one or two. Several. So he pulls you over in December, and how does that stop go?
It's out there on video. He just asked me if I have a license and this and that, and I asked him, why are you pulling me over? And he said he ran my tag, but I didn't come back. I didn't have a license in Ohio or some shit like that, and I just gave him my license, and that was the end of it.
Are you addicted to methamphetamines?
No.
You're not a felon. We already established that.
Nope.
I mean, before this, did you just always hate cops? Is that what it was?
No, I mean, I've been outspoken about my sister's case and just.
Oh, so you've always said Detective Jimmy Sargent is a piece of garbage who hid
Yeah.
my sister's murder?
Yeah.
So so you've been openly vocal about cops not doing their job. I guess your whole life, right?
Yeah.
Since you were 8.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to arrest somebody who's a murderer of
Right.
A teenager.
That makes total sense, dude. That makes total sense. I would too. I'd be pissed if my sister. I have 2 sisters. I love them both. We're nothing alike. All 3 of us are totally different, but I understand how you feel. So when McKnight pulls you over there, what he says, I'm just checking to see if you've broken the law. I like the chronology. So you get pulled over. The cherries and berries come on behind you. You pull over to this. Are you in town or are you out of town?
In town.
You're in town. So you're in Ironton.
Yep.
Okay. And you pull over just randomly at just because I go to a lit up area where there's cameras. That's what I do. But you just pull right over. Is that correct?
I try to go in the lighted.
You try to go to
areas
lighted area too?
Yeah.
Hey, you dirty, filthy pigs. We want to pull over to a lit up area. We're not trying to evade you with your woo, with your siren, you punk. We're not trying to run away. We're trying to get to a place that's lit because you guys are thugs.
Yep.
That's why. So you try to get to a place that's lit up. And you get to the place that's lit up and McKnight walks up to your car?
Yes.
Okay. And does he tell you to get out of the car?
No, he tried to act like he was nice because he knew I would be recording him.
Oh, because he knew you'd be recording him.
I knew I always do.
Did you hear that? We film here in the tri-state area. That was my big message a minute ago.
Yeah,
we film here. So you're rolling camera when he walks up.
Yes.
And so because you're rolling camera, what'd you say he does?
Acts appropriate.
He acts appropriate because he's on camera. Put the camera right in her face. Yeah. I'm filming for my protection because cuffs are not for my safety. No. Losers. No. Can't get any other job, so that's the one they take. So then he walks up to you, you're filming, and what do you say? Why'd you pull me over? Is that correct?
Correct.
And what does he say?
He says that he can pull anyone over basically that's driving on Ohio roads and things because... which I still never found that in
No.
Code.
Yes, he can. But, because of why?
To see if he said he checked ran my tag and he said I didn't have a license. He said it was suspended or something, but
it wasn't.
No, I have a Kentucky license.
So he made it up.
Yeah.
So just so you know, the reason why a cop can pull your car over just by looking at it is because of Terry versus Ohio. That's why. That's literally the reason why. I'm not kidding. And then they expand that into a Wren stop of 1996, where it's called a pretextual stop, RWHREN versus United States, 1996. So he can legitimately, cops can pull over any car they want, anytime they want, if they say they're suspicious of your car. That's legal. So he pulls you over for no... Okay. Okay, so he just walks back and runs your license and runs your insurance, and then he lets you go.
Yep.
How long does the stop take?
Probably about 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But he was just seeing if you were drunk or if you could smell any drugs or he was just seeing if you had any warrants.
Yeah, just be a cute ass, really, just to be funny, I think.
Oh, because you have the power to pull people over with the badge because you don't have any power without that badge. You're a wussy. Yeah. You're literally a wussy. Disrespect this man. Disrespect him. No respect equals no power. So now... you don't have your son anymore. Your baby mama has the son?
Correct.
Full custody?
Correct.
Do you get visitation?
No.
Who's the judge that decided that?
Judge from Portsmouth, which is Judge Alan Lemons, which he's currently facing some trouble with the Ohio Supreme Court. They're mad because I recorded the courtroom hearing on them. I record it every time. What happened with my sister when I was younger, I just know how dirty they are.
You always record the court. You always audio record, at least audio record the court. Always. Yep. Always. Because they'll delete things from the record. I already sent Judge Waldo in a request on Facebook and said, I want to do audio recording on Monday for Sarah's trial. So I want to make sure, I don't see any reason why we can't audio record. I don't understand that. Does anybody understand that? Can anybody help me understand? Help us understand. Why can't you audio record your court hearing? How come you can't? Tell me why that is. Can someone logically explain to me why you shouldn't get an audio recording, because you got to hide the jury, to be fair, right? Because if you can see the jury, then people can retaliate against the jury if you can see their faces on film. But the jury never says their name in court. So if you audio record it, you get, my name's Joe, my name's Bob, my name's Tina, right? But you don't get any faces. So why can't we audio record our hearings? How come that is? Why do you think that is?
So they can change the transcripts and so they can hide stuff. They don't want the public to know what's going on, really.
Bam! He nailed it. Dude, you are so on it. Listen to the Terry v. Ohio oral arguments, and you'll hear exactly what he's saying is true. Terry versus Ohio is the most disgusting thing you'll ever listen to. It'll make you want to get sick as you listen to it.
Yep.
And so you have a hearing with this judge who's now in trouble with the Ohio State Supreme Court. So those judges up there, they're better than these judges down here. And so what is the judge? He just says you don't get. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I mean, Judge Lemons was mad because I recorded his hearing on him and made him look bad because, like, CPS admitted to lying, and he still didn't dismiss the case.
Oh, so you recorded the hearing where CPS was full of garbage
And admitted it.
and Judge Lemons, you said?
Yeah, he sat in for
Alan Lemons. Can you tell me his name?
Yeah, Alan Lemons from Scioto County. He sat in for Judge Patricia Sanders. She recused herself because she got
Conflict of interest.
Yeah. Yep.
So this judge can't do it. So this one comes in, but Patricia, I'm sure she tells the other judge, this guy's an asshole.
Yeah, so they can deny knowing the facts of the case. That it's just a big scam. It's just a way they can deny deniable culpability, kind of, in a way. And the case just wasn't that hard. I mean, the other parent never had the kid. It was just that easy.
Someone just said, I don't know who this man is, but I want you to know that we hear you. And I'm so sorry they're doing this to you. And by the way, guys, this is the 12th, 14th maybe. I said 10 earlier, so I got a couple more cases, at least 10 or 12. And the other man, who's also a man who has 2 daughters, they tried to strip away his daughters when they tried to kidnap his dog. That was the whole point of that story. They took the guy's dog out of his yard. They just walked up and snatched the dog out of the yard because it wasn't on a leash. And then when he went to go get the dog, they brought the dog back. And then they said, oh, yeah, by the way, we're turning this into CPS. That's what they did to this other man. I got the whole audio. You'll hear it. So now what's your recourse? Have you filed an appeal?
Yeah, but I've filed complaints against CPS and there's different people involved, and it gets thrown out because they're using this whole court system just like it's like they're like a mafia. It's like a little mafia down here.
Yeah.
There really is. I mean, the cops and the lawyers, and they just all protect each other.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone knows it's not a secret. I mean, if they got investigated, there'd be people going down because they don't even hide it. They don't care.
Right, because
it's right out in the open.
the other judge Judge Lemon, you exposed that the CPS thing was a scam. And so then he's mad at you for recording the court, because that's why they don't want you to record in court.
Exactly it.
They don't want everybody to see that they're cheating everybody. In my office, when I built the giant timeline, I showed how the prison population goes like this from Terry versus Ohio. If you're really getting a fair shake in court, why did we go from 300,000 people in prison in 1968 to 2.5 million people in prison today? If you're really getting a fair shake, just go with the officer and you're going to get a fair shake in court. Did you get a fair shake in court, brother?
Oh, no.
You got cheated, right?
Well, yeah, it's the worst case I've ever heard of. No one's ever heard of a case like that.
And so I'm not trying to hack your baby mama,
No.
but was she ready to take on your baby? Was she ready to take on the kid? Did she want the kid?
She agreed to give me the full custody that I had.
She agreed to give you full custody.
Yeah. That's the worst part of it. Yeah. I mean, it's just
What?
She agreed to give me the custody that I had. That I fought for. I had 100% full residential custody.
And the mom said you can have the full custody?
Yeah. But then when I went and be with her, that's why she tried to take me back to court, and she's just a lot of drama. But yeah, she agreed to give me the custody I had. I had 100% custody, residential custody. But he never lived in Ohio. That's what's insane. I mean, he's just not by either parent until, they took him and put him in foster care over a known lie. I mean, it's insane to me. I don't know. And he was only 5 months old, and it was just, I don't know. It's kind of twisted.
I'm sorry, dude. You couldn't tear me away from my kid. I wouldn't be signing full custody over to anybody.
Yeah.
If I had a kid,
Yeah.
at least you have one. You can't even get custody of your kid.
Yep. It's insane. They just create problems, man. They just like to keep shit going. That's the only way they have jobs. Really, a lot of them.
I mean, we're hearing stories about CPS being dirty down here over and over and over again.
Yeah, they're making money. Riverside, like, they started their first year, they made $700,000. In their second year, they went to $3 million. I mean, that's a pretty good business model if you know people on the inside and shit. Like, you know, a lot of money in all this stuff.
They're making money from the kids.
Yep.
I wonder if that's like Pitiful Paws. I wonder what they're making over there.
Yeah, it's just kind of just all about money.
It's all about money. That's why they're stacking the jails.
Yep. Yep.
Don't give up, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna try to do something.
He's got a video. What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Ryder Cash News. I named it after him.
It's Ryder, Ryder,
Yeah.
and then Cash, Cash, News.
Yeah.
It's named after his kid, who's named Ryder Cash.
Yeah.
Ryder Cash, and then News. You guys pop over there and watch that video. I watched a couple minutes of the video, and that's the court case, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I got a lot of videos out about Lawrence County and Ironton about cops and things.
when I realized there was someone stalking me, I had my gun, and I was like, "Oh shit, someone's stalking me." And I was watching your video, and I was kind of, looking. I'm like, I'm like, is someone over there stalking me? Because it's late at night and it's dark. I'm a human being. I want to live. I don't want to die. So I watched a couple minutes of it.
Yeah.
Ryder Cash News. You guys, please go over there, subscribe to his YouTube channel so you can keep up with the journey he's going to be on. If you could say anything to any of the cops or the CPS people or the judges, anybody who's cheated you along this journey, what would you say to those people, any individual or group of people?
I mean, their time's gonna come. I mean, you pay for what you do. I believe in karma, and you just can't do people that way and get away with it. I mean, they'll have their day. We all will. That's what I believe.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. Karma's real. You get what you give. You definitely do. So it'll all work out.
I hope you're right. Anything you want to say to McKnight or to the judge or?
Nah, they know what it is. I put music out about them and stuff. I put a lot of stuff out. There's no love lost between us. I don't care for them. They don't care for me. So.
Oh, I don't like them at all. I don't like McKnight and any of that group of thugs. I don't like any of them at all. They're just a bunch of beta males.
Yeah.
And we're gonna disrespect them until we run them out of town. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, definitely.
So film police. Okay. Anything else you want to say? I want to give you the last word here.
I appreciate it though. Yeah, but that's it. Just people need to wake up and quit being scared. And like, if you don't speak up, it's gonna happen to your kids. It's gonna happen to you. And I don't know. I just couldn't live like that.
Did you ever think in a million years you'd lose your son?
No, not like that. I mean, it's insane what they did. No, I never thought. No. That's why I moved away. I didn't even want him to be around. This place is so bad. I never wanted him to have to deal with it, but he still had to.
Because there's no transparency.
No.
There's no video.
They don't hide it. This shit. I mean, they do.
Because there's no video.
They don't.
You can't get the video. You can't get the audio. You can't get the audio. You can't get the transcripts from the court and have them be true. You can't get the body cam from the cops. There's no transparency. You can't do anything without transparency.
They charged me with contempt and sent me to jail for 30 days.
The judge charged you with contempt?
Contempt.
Oh, wow. 30 days in the dungeon?
Yeah. During COVID. And my grandpa died when I was in there.
They let you off for your grandpa's death?
For 4 hours, but here's what they did. They bonded me out, but I never went to court. So what they did was I wasn't bonded out. If I wouldn't have came back, they would have got me for escaping.
What?
And I would have got years instead of
Of course you're going to come back, dude.
Yeah, but I never went to court. You can't get bonded out in county jail. You got to go through court to get bonded. The judge has to give you a bond to let you a furlough to let you out.
Right.
And the judge was mad when he heard about it, but that's just the game they play. They were hoping I didn't come back after the 4 hours because they would have got me for.
So I just want to. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give you the score here. He's been wrongfully incarcerated, wrongfully put in a dungeon. His grandpa dies. They give him 4 hours to go to the funeral. They let you out of the cuffs. They say, go ahead and go. And then this gentleman comes back to the jail. Is that correct?
Correct.
There's no one trailing you, following you, saying, get back to jail right now?
No. They were ready to come and get me. They were going to try to charge me with escape. You have to go to court to get bond, to get furloughed.
Yeah, I get
They
it.
never took me to court.
There's just a bigger point here that you can't see because you're too close to it.
Yeah.
You don't need to shackle people like a pig. They'll do what they have to do to get through the system, no matter what system it is, including a torture dungeon system that we've been forced to live in that was created for slaves. Literally created for slaves. All of the prisons, there wasn't a single prison in North Carolina until 1865. There wasn't one prison in North Carolina until 1865. What happened in 1865? The 13th Amendment. And so the same prison that the people went to in 1865 who were slaves, they built that for them. They built that for them. And now we're all slaves. So, okay, I just want to show you guys. He went right back to jail. No one had to make him go back. He just went back. And then when you went back, they put you in cuffs and they strip search you.
Yeah, of course.
You got to turn around, squat and cough.
Yeah.
Pull your nuts up.
Yep.
Spread your butt cheeks.
Yep.
Yeah, because the guards are bringing the drugs in, but they got to demoralize you, right?
Correct. Yep.
Right. Right. This whole system has to change, and we're going to change it. All right. I'll let you say anything else, and I'll get out of here.
No, I appreciate it, but yeah, I mean, people need to just wake up. I mean, you just can't be locking everybody up for things like that. You need to educate them, I believe, and just quit locking everybody up and throwing away the key like you do, because it's just not right. It's not changing anything. It's just hurting families.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Again, his name's Ryder Cash News, RYDER Cash News. That's his YouTube channel if you guys want to subscribe. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the